Okay, St. Louis, the show starts now. Demetrius Johnson, hanging out the box from Sunday morning, jamming so hard he might break the rim. Demetrius Johnson, fella, keeping his ear to the street. He's bringing the heat. Demetrius Johnson. True conversation about St. Louis sports, politics, education, the streets, and music. Demetrius Johnson. He's bringing you news from SLU to Mizzou, home of the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Blues. Demetrius Johnson. Rewarding big-time players, making big-time plays. Who's shining on the football field, who's shooting them J's. Demetrius Johnson. Keeping it 100 with the big fella. Just like me, he's a true STLer. Demetrius Johnson. Looking out for the community and the kids. It's the big fella, man, you know who he is. Demetrius Johnson. So hot, so hot, so hot. With the sound of big legs. So hot, and the show starts now. So hot. Demetrius Johnson.
You went there with the big fella. I told you not to go there with the big fella. Oh, big fella, don't hurt him. Big fella just ate you up.
I don't know. I don't know. There you go. I don't know. There you go. That's better. That better, Big D? Yeah, there you go. It's working. There you go. Yep. Hey, man, I don't know, boy. Today is a weird day, right? I come up with Big D. I meet him outside. We try to get in the studio together, and freaking gate don't work. I don't know if that's a sign of what's about to happen communication wise this morning, but next week we're going to have a debate for the president of the Board of Aldermen, and that's going to be here live on the show. What's interesting about it is that it's very crucial, man. That is going to be a crucial position, and everybody needs to listen in. And I'll take some questions. I'll take some of your questions that you may want to ask over Facebook, and I would ask some of the questions to.
Oh, big fella, I feel a storm brewing.
Candidates is coming in. All right, Coach, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, great Sunday morning, man. How you doing, D?
Good. I'm doing really good.
I'm feeling good like a DJ said. I'm feeling like DJ today.
I know that's right, man. We're going to have a good show today, man. I'm ready. We got some things we're going to be talking about. And let's go ahead and start with our guy. Well, let me say, what's up, Big D? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I really do appreciate you always rolling, man. This dude have my back up here, y'all. I'm telling you, he really does. So I appreciate it. All right, it's time to get the party started, and let's go and bring in my cat, our boy, Big Mike. What up, Big Mike?
What up, DJ JC? What up, Big Mike? You got it. Hey, college football, Dusty Baker and the Houston Astros, East St. Louis coach Dan Suckett, and Big Mike High School Players of the Week.
Now let's go.
Hey, that number 6 Tennessee upset number 3 Alabama 52-49. Man, that guard from East St. Louis, Javonte Spraggins, man, he the real deal, man. 6'3", 324, man, for Tennessee.
Yeah.
He is, and then he's nasty.
Yep.
I mean, he is a nasty player.
He's going to play on Sundays, man.
Oh, no doubt about it. Oh, he's real. Oh, he's big time.
Yeah. Hey, quarterback Hendon Hooker, 21 of 30, 385 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He had 14 carries for 56 yards. Wide receiver Jalen Hyatt, 6 receptions, 207 yards, and he had all 5 of those touchdowns. Tennessee looked pretty good, man. I thought Tennessee was going to beat Alabama, even though Alabama came back, boy. But that was a good game yesterday.
You know what, man? That Josh Heupel, you can't. We know he was at Missouri at one time.
Yeah, OC.
Yeah, so you gotta give him credit, man. He's got that thing turned around down there, man. You see all them people came on that field. I mean, 100 and something thousand people at that stadium, man. And then they come out there. Oh my goodness! I'd be glad we get to that point again where we can do that. You know, I'm looking forward to it one day. Missouri get back to that point.
Yeah. Number 24, Illinois beat Minnesota 26-14. Trinity graduate Isaiah Williams had 9 receptions for 62 yards. Oklahoma beat number 19, Kansas. DJ Jackson State 6-0 beat Bethune-Cookman 48-8. I want Deion just to walk all through that SWAC, man. These guys tripping, giving him a hard time. Deion brought the SWAC back.
I just don't. I don't get it, man. I really don't, man. I really just don't get it. I mean, what Deion Sanders is doing for the SWAC, man. I just don't get it. I'm serious. I mean, I know we got a lot of haters, right? I know that. I just do not get it.
Yeah, hey, man, crabs in the bucket.
I mean, we got to be the most unbelievable community that walks this face of the earth. I mean, it can't. I just don't.
He had a big blow. He had a big blow with Eddie Robinson Jr. the other week.
Right.
Yeah.
Eddie Robinson Jr. came after the game.
Who did?
Eddie Robinson Jr. came out after the game.
Yeah, but let me say this now. That ain't the former coach from Grambling has no relationships with him.
No, not at all.
So that's
not no relation.
Yes. And this guy talking about, these clowns. Thank you, Big D. These clowns sitting up here talking about, I'm SWAC. Thank you, D. What in the hell is SWAC?
Right, talking about Deion.
I'm SWAC.
Man,
I mean, folks, I'm in a foul mood anyway today, right? I was in a good mood till they started talking about Deion Sanders and them clowns in that SWAC stuff, the black college guys. Hey, come to think of the black college guys, right? The gentleman who was putting on the black college game, he's going to be joining us today to talk about. Yeah, it's real interesting why he said that he had to cancel the game. Wait till y'all hear that conversation. It's going to be very interesting.
Hey, D, I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk after late yesterday. But our boy Coach Hill, man, just got promoted to an on-the-field position at Georgia Tech.
Coach Hill did?
Reach out to him. Yeah, man, he's the running back coach now at
What?
Georgia Tech. Yes, sir.
Our boy Coach Hill?
Our boy Coach Hill. I meant to tell you, man.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity for him, man.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is stay in the game, man. Well, he was an offensive analyst, and then the running back coach stepped down for some strange reason, and now Coach Hill is the running back coach at Georgia Tech, man. So congratulations to Coach Hill.
Man, I love Coach Hill. Yeah, I love some Coach Hill, man. That is my
reach
guy.
out to him.
But yeah, and so Big Mike and JC, let's talk about that Deion Sanders deal. So folks who have not been who don't follow football or sports, Deion Sanders probably one of the most popular and most recognized black men in sports in the world. Okay, just he's a good dude, Right. You've never heard no player say nothing bad about Deion who played with him. That is so unbelievable. This guy, he brought the swag back. He got everything going. And he's at Jackson State head coach, Jackson State University head coach. You got black coaches hating on Deion Sanders because he's getting so much notoriety. Well, first of all, he's a Hall of Famer from the NFL. He was on NFL, the shows, the NFL shows, morning shows and stuff. He's real popular. Everybody loves this guy. I mean, he speaks his mind. He's on Aflac commercials with JC's boy, Nick Saban.
Right.
I mean, real popular. and he become the head coach at Jackson State and said, hey, I'm going to change how people look at black college.
Yeah.
And he's done that.
Yeah.
But now you got the black college folks, the black coaches, mad and hating him. Oh, they trying to make it all about him. Well, it is about him. I wouldn't even follow no damn black college football if it went from Deion Sanders. And then our boy Coach Hill, the ones that we know that comes in town.
Yeah.
Hey, man, ESPN and all the major networks were not following black college football. I don't care what those coaches say.
Right.
Now black college football is on every single freaking weekend.
Every
man.
weekend.
Yep. Yeah.
Rather than
And
these
it's,
clowns hating on him, JC, they should be praising him. Thank you,
Embracing
Deion.
it, man. Right. Embracing it.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
But they want to think about the battle of the damn band. Who cares about the battle of the damn band? And I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it, but no, battle of the band ain't bringing no money to you, bro. It ain't gonna bring no damn million viewers on ESPN.
Matter of fact, it's losing money.
Right.
It ain't never bringing no money to you.
Right. But
always the halftime act.
Yeah, hey, but let me ask you a question. Isn't that typical? The Bojangle, the minstrel shows. Isn't that typical of black folks? That's what they want to be entertained. So music and shaking their ass and all that stuff, and that's what that draws them. Not a guy who's bringing economics. As long as we showing our ass and dancing and shucking and jiving, we good. Oh man, that was great. Ain't bringing a dime to this damn table.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
They
man.
said he brought $24 million to Jackson State last year. They ain't never had that much revenue.
$24 million.
Hey, let me tell you something. Not only is he bringing millions of dollars, he's making the Power Fives look different at the HBCUs.
Yes.
He's making them look different at them. Because he's making statements saying, hey, we got to stop playing these blood games, man, for chump change.
Right.
I respect Deion for that. I'm not gonna put my kids out here against these teams and get them all broke down for $100,000.
Exactly. And let me
ain't talk about $500,000 to $1 million. Don't call me.
Right.
Talking about playing me.
No, but let me say something to you now. I was talking to our boy, our program director over here, Derek, Lil D, right? He wants to tell me that Alabama A&M got $1 million to play Auburn, right?
He'd have to show me that.
Hold on. So I'm telling him that ain't true. So he sends me a thing and says something. He takes a picture of something. Let me see if I can find it. And it talks about how Alabama A&M $1 million to play Auburn or whatever. But I believe what it was saying on that thing, because it just was a little picture of it. But I believe what it was saying over the course of that contract. You see what I'm saying? So not like they giving it to them $1 million. And then he wants to argue with me. What is that big black college game? They play, you guys, the biggest one they have.
Is that the one down there in Alabama? Is it Circle City or the one down there in
City Classic?
It got to be the Circle City or the one in New Orleans.
Nah, he wasn't the one in New Orleans. Not that one. I think he was saying something in Memphis. One of them, I can't remember. Whichever one is the biggest classic, right? I want you to hear what he said, Jimmy. I want y'all to hear this. He wants to argue with me, right? And tell me that each team, listen what I'm about to tell y'all, man. I told you know what the hell he was talking about. Hey, Kurt, no, you're right. It ain't the Bayou Classic. It's another one. What is another real big one they got? I forgot. But let me tell you what they said, what he said. I want y'all to hear this. Each team, he says, gets $6 million.
Okay.
I told him you lost your damn mind.
No, sir.
Each team gets $6 million. Come on, man.
He'd have to show me that.
Right. I was trying to tell this dude, there ain't nowhere in the world they paying these black colleges no $6 million. And then check this out. When I talked to our boy Hill, he was like, "Oh, hell no." He said, "Not only that, let's say they give you $300,000 to come and play. After you take all of your expenses out, band, travel, airline," he said, "Guess what? You might walk away with $70,000. In some games, they lose money."
No doubt. Because all the travel, hotel travel,
right,
band traveling, all that. That's what Deion was saying. Stop playing them penny games, man.
Right. My team can't walk away with a net of $1 million, I ain't playing you. I ain't playing you for no $200,000.
And it get beat 70-something to nothing and 80 to nothing.
And team getting up, the kids getting hurt and beat up.
Right.
Don't make sense, man.
Yeah.
You know, again, and check this out. We're going to have the guy that I told you who put on the Black College game here in St. Louis that was canceled. We're going to have him on, Big Mike.
Right.
All right, Big Mike, what else you got before we go? We got to get ready to go.
All right. Hey, Dusty Baker and the Houston Astros going to the American League Championship, man. I love to see old Dusty get that ring. They swept the Mariners yesterday. Jeremy Pena hit a home run in the 18th inning. Hey, Dusty Baker, I hope he get a ring before he retire. Hey, East St. Louis coach Darren Sunk and DJ continue to dominate. Got his 200th victory last week, win over Alton. He won 26-7 over Evansville Friday, so that's 201. 4 state titles, I believe, and he had the best player I ever liked to see in high school. My man Damian Nash, DJ, was the real deal.
All right, Playboy, they want to get a cut. What can they do?
Hey, Grand Center Barbershop, baby, 3315 Olive, 531-2838 Harley from anywhere. Right on DJ, my man, that old fella, Tech Friday.
For life, big dog, for life. Coming back, Mo Scott was scouting out the big fella. We got a good show lined up. Oh, it's going to be good today, y'all. Be locked in. Right back.
The new 96.3 R&B for the Lou has your tickets to Disney's Frozen. From the producer of The Lion King and Aladdin, Frozen, the Tony-nominated Best Musical, is coming to the fabulous Fox Theater November 2nd through the 13th. You can register to win tickets afternoons with Tony Scott by texting the word FROZEN, F-R-O-Z-E-N, to 20357. Standard date and message rates apply. Win tickets to see Disney's Frozen with Tony Scott and the new 96.3 R&B for the Lou.
Find your place at the Missouri Department of Mental Health. Opportunities to jumpstart your career in healthcare, food service, social work, administrative, and more. Apply today at dmh.mo.gov for meaningful work, increased pay, and great benefits.
Halloween comes alive at Goodwill.
Are you thinking of a classic costume like a pirate, zombie, or superhero? Need to dress to impress at an upcoming party? Seeking something spooky or vintage? Goodwill has you covered. And don't forget to shop our accessories to complete your unique look. We have everything you need to create a costume on a budget. Make Goodwill your Halloween headquarters. Find a store near you at mersgoodwill.org.
111 Salvage has 10 acres of cars and trucks. Engines and transmissions starting at $175. 111 Salvage is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located 10 minutes from downtown, between 55 and 270 in Granite City, Illinois. 111 Salvage is a self-service yard with used auto and truck parts. If you need a part for your vehicle, try 111 Salvage. Bring your own tools and pull your own parts. 111 Salvage.
Your friend could tell you to go to TLC Laser Eye Centers for LASIK. But when your eye doctor tells you to go to TLC Laser Eye Centers for LASIK, you book your consultation. TLC has performed over 2.3 million LASIK procedures nationally, and that includes treatment for over 10,000 doctors. LASIK takes minutes, with most patients back to normal activities the next day. So come see why TLC Laser Eye Centers is the doctor's choice for LASIK.
Right now, TLC is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in October. That's $500 off per eye. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit SaveOnTLC.com. That's SaveOnTLC.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in October of 2022 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at saveontlc.com.
Attorney Roger White got you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Ricky Rex, a paid spokesman for Attorney Roger White. If you've been in a wreck and you just need someone to talk to, Attorney Roger White got you. If you want to turn that wreck to a check and you don't really know what to do, Attorney Roger White got you. You got medical bills, no transportation, missing work and got a lot of lost wages. Your neck and your back hurt and you think you deserve some compensation. When you need some help in running out of pay, Attorney Roger White got you. He can turn that wreck into a check. Yeah, he can turn that wreck into a check. Attorney Roger White got you. Let him turn that wreck into a check. Just let him turn that wreck into a check. Attorney Roger White got you.
I'm Attorney Roderick White, and if you want real answers to your car wreck questions and real help with your car wreck problems, call me at 314 or 618. I got you.
If you've been diagnosed with uterine fibroids and told you may need major surgery such as a hysterectomy, wait. Many women suffer in silence because we think our only option is surgery. There is a safe alternative that might be right for you. Uterine fibroid embolization, or UFE. It's not surgery, no general anesthesia, no scar, and you get back to feeling like yourself in about a week. Uterine fibroid embolization is FDA approved and covered by insurance. Contact Azura Vascular Care St. Louis at 844 UFE-CARE. That's 844 UFE-CARE. They're located at 201 Dunn Road in Florissant. Call now to speak with someone about this non-surgical option. Don't wait. Change your life today by calling 844 UFE-CARE. That's 844 UFE-CARE. Or visit them online at infoufe.com. You got it, infoufe.com. Don't continue to suffer in silence from uterine fibroids.
Sell your car the easy way at Bomarito. No matter what kind of vehicle you have or what shape it's in, car, truck, van, or SUV, just go to Bomarito.com. Answer a few questions about your vehicle and we'll give you an instant real purchase offer. Then we'll come to you or you come to us and we'll pay you on the spot. So when you're ready to sell your vehicle, go to Bomarito first. A better experience, a better price, better service. The automotive leader, Bomarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group, open 24/7 at Bomarito.com.
Are you seeing the telomeres here? Come here, look at the scope.
Dr. Ocasio's lab startup just discovered a gene therapy breakthrough.
The cells have already doubled.
He needs a fleet of research assistants before this breakthrough breaks them.
We need lab techs, research assistants.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the Kale Crunch Salad, it's just good.
Order a Grilled Spicy Deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for the testimonial.
Back to St. Louis's best mix of R&B.
Coming back. It's cool.
This is the new 96.3 R&B.
This is my station.
For the Lou.
You went there with the big fella. I told you not to go there with the big fella. Oh, big fella, don't hurt him. The big fella just ate you up.
Welcome back to the Big Chris Johnson Show. We are locked in, baby. We got a good show. We got a lot of folks going to be on today. Great conversation. I want to tell y'all, I had an opportunity to meet with the mayor of St. Charles, one of my close friends in the world, and one of my attorneys, right, Mike Cullen, had me to meet with the mayor of St. Charles, Dan Brogmeyer. And he was an interesting dude to meet with, y'all. In fact, he was real cool. I didn't go in there with any perceived notions about what he's going to be like, but he was real cool. And guess what? We're going to be doing a partnership with them, y'all. St. Charles, with the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation. It's going to be around Thanksgiving, too. They're going to pitch in, they're going to buy some turkeys, and we're going to go out and deliver turkeys to the families. In the meantime, let's go and talk to our boy, Maurice Scott, with his guest with Scouting It Out. What up, Mo Scott?
Good morning to you, big fella. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good morning,
man.
Coach. Good morning, Mo. So, well, guys, as we continue to celebrate Small Business Women's Month, man, Women's Small Business Month. Joining on the line is the dynamic duo from GetBusinessCredit.net, the founder and CEO, Miss LaWanda McDowell, and the Vice President, Dorothy Hall. Good morning to you, ladies. How are you?
Hey, we're doing good. Glad to be here. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? Thank you for having us on this morning.
Good morning, ladies.
No problem. You know what, ladies? I ran across your website, and it's just an amazing thing that both of you are doing. And the concept, GetBusinessCredit.net. Let's talk about that because I think it's an interesting concept. Talk about how it got founded, LaWanda, and all that, so we can dive into what you ladies are doing.
Of course. Yes, like you said, my name's LaWanda McDowell. I am the CEO and founder of GetBusinessCredit.net, right? So I started Business Credit back in 2019, BusinessCredit.net, right? So prior to that, worked as a licensed realtor. I also worked as a licensed mortgage loan officer. So everything I did was kind of credit related, right? So I had begun as an underwriter for a major bank in St. Louis, Missouri. And one thing that I noticed was that a lot of people outside of my people were obtaining loans in their business name. They were applying for credit cards in their business name. And, I didn't see a lot of our people were applying for these things in their personal credit name. So I had begun to talk with someone within the company about business credit, and I was just so amazed that it was even available, right? I had no clue that it was, a thing back then. So I had began to just work and study. I signed up with a company that taught me and educated me even more about business credit to where I was able to even get certification in that. And that's where GetBusinessCredit.net started because I wanted to make sure that all businesses have access to business credit, right? But especially in my community. So that's kind of how I got started.
Let me ask you ladies a question because the concept business credit versus regular credit. So tell our audience what is some of the benefits of business credit versus regular credit? How does it impact your credit score? What are some of the pros and cons of getting business credit?
Well, when it comes to building business credit is built using your EIN number and not your personal Social Security number. The bottom line is the things really short and sweet is that you want to separate your business credit profile from your personal credit profile. So you have a business EIN number with the business credit profile, and you have your personal credit profile with your Social Security number. That's the benefit of having it is that, for instance, I'll give you an example. So with business credit, it's okay to use high limits. So if you have a $20,000 credit card, it's okay to use $18,000, and it's not going to drop your score. The difference is if you use your personal credit card and you got a $20,000 limit and use $18,000 on there, it's going to drop your personal score. So having business credit, it just allows you to move differently than just with your personal credit.
So let's give an example. One example that I saw that you ladies were talking about, and it was very intriguing, is basically something like going to buy a car. Now, most lenders concept in our community is, well, they'll give us some money to buy a car, but they won't give us any money to buy a house. So talk about that, because I thought that was a very interesting concept that you guys laid out on your website as far as purchasing a car and the advantages of getting business credit by purchasing a vehicle.
Perfect. When it comes to building business credit, you can obtain vehicle financing just using your business credit, which is the smartest thing to do, right? Because it gives you an opportunity to hide the debt. So instead of having that car reporting on your personal credit report, which raises your debt-to-income ratio, you can move that debt over to your business credit profile where it doesn't hurt you. And then you want to leverage business credit. The important thing about business credit is the ability to leverage that. So if you're able to obtain cars and vehicles in your business credit name, you can also use those cars to rent out on Turo and leverage that. So now you're getting income that's coming in, six-figure income. You can do that by purchasing a car or cars with business credit, and then turn it around and leverage those on Turo and make money each month residually.
We're talking over with LaWanda McDowell, CEO and founder of BusinessCredit.net, and Vice President Dorothy Hall of BusinessCredit.net. Let's say, ladies, that let me ask you this: the homes is kind of like not a taboo, but a very difficult task. You have to have a lot of things lined up for you. Give us some of the things that people should do with business credit, and how can you establish business credit versus virtual credit? What are the things that we need to do to establish business credit?
Okay, really good question. So let me first explain to people, because a lot of people get confused about like what exactly is business credit, right? Like, what are we talking about in the first place? So I put this in really simple terms for a lot of people. Business credit is credit that you can get in your business name only. So just like you have a personal credit profile that's linked to your Social Security number, your business can also have its own separate credit profile and scores based solely on the fact that you have a business name and an employee identification number, right? So business credit is no way, shape, or form linked to your personal credit file. It's based solely on your business ability to repay, not your personal ability to repay. So when you have an established credit profile and score, at that point, you can qualify for so much credit that it's ridiculous. Like you can qualify for revolving store credit cards. You can, qualify for MasterCards, American Expresses, gas cards. You can qualify to purchase vehicles in your name. You can purchase real estate in your name. Every highly successful business has business credit. Walmart has business credit. Apple has business credit. Microsoft, they all have business credit. And I don't care what type of business you have. You can have your own T-shirt company. If the IRS says that you're a business, you should have business credit. It's important to separate. If you're in business, you should never be using your personal credit, your personal credit cards to manage and keep your business afloat. You have to keep the two separated. I had a boss one day that carried around two wallets, one for his business and one for his personal. So I always like the whole concept of like leverage, like we kind of touch bases on with leverage. So let's say you have established business credit, right? You have a Sam's credit card. We all know what Sam's is. We have a Sam's credit card. We go to Sam's with credit card and purchase a vending machine. You then fill that vending machine up with products from Sam's. You didn't spend $1 of your own money, but you started a vending machine business. That's the power of like business credit. You can do so much with it that there's no reason why you should not have it as a business. You need to establish it. And I want people in our community to understand it, because there's a disconnect somewhere between people in our community than other communities, and that's what my goal is. My mission is to level the playing field. We should have access to the exact same information that every other business has. During the pandemic, it was founded that Black businesses were amongst the most vulnerable business and went out of business during the pandemic because of lack of access to capital and credit. And that's what we're here for. GetBusinessCredit.net. We are the home of all things business credit related. So if you need to build business credit, guess what? We have done for you. We can even do it for you. So there's no excuses.
Wow.
We also have our own DIY software, right? So where you can do it in the comfort of your own home.
This is so much great information. We could do an entire show on this. And I got one more question, and I'm gonna turn it over to Demetrius and Coach Collins, Jim Collins, because when I have lovely ladies on the show, Demetrius says I never let them talk. I never let, those guys say I never let them talk, especially Demetrius. So I want to make sure I leave some time for Demetrius because he says I never let him talk to the lovely ladies I have on. So, Lawanda, I want to ask one more thing. Exempt forms. Our tax-exempt forms, they play a role in business credit like they do in regular credit when you're making purchases or what have you? Or does it go by state?
It would actually depend. It's going to go state by state, right? So tax-exempt forms, it's actually going to depend on your state requirements with that.
Okay, well, I'm sure Demetrius has a lot of questions to ask. You ladies sound so beautiful this morning. So I'm sure Demetrius has some stuff to ask. So
why do you keep setting me up? Hold on. What is that all about, man?
Common knowledge.
Hey, Coach Collins, what is that all about, man? I mean, he's just trying to set me and you up like we just want to talk to the beautiful ladies. Now we want to just be able to interject our conversation with these ladies. That's all.
I mean, well, it's the truth. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Thank you, man.
All right.
But, hey, ladies, let me ask you this question. Hey, this is a great conversation. I mean, I really appreciate Maurice Scott, once again, you've done a great job, man. This is a great conversation because everybody want to say they're in business. So, and I think you touched on it, but I want to reemphasize this. Tell everyone why is it so important to have business credit? Why is that so important? I need you to really emphasize why that's so important.
It's important because a lot of times in life, when you have a business and you do not have business credit, you have the tendency to use your personal money to operate your business. And you should never have to do that. When it comes to personal credit, you should not have to rely on things like paying your utilities for your business with your personal credit card. Because what happens? Like your personal credit goes downhill. And I see it time in and time out. Like I said, I was an underwriter for almost 7 years. And I've seen people's personal credit plummet because they had to keep their business operating.
And then when in leverage, and business credit is important because it allows you to be able to leverage it to make more money.
So
I mean that right there alone is priceless.
So an example with us, we have almost over $250,000 or more dollars in business credit alone. We never have to use our personal money to operate our business. You can get business lines of credit. You can obtain so much funding for your business just by having a successful business credit profile.
But ladies, how difficult is it? You've never had business before. You don't have any track record of doing business, and a lot of companies want to see a track record of you doing business, and you don't have it because you don't have the business credit. So how difficult is it to get business credit? And normally, what would be the value of you getting a business credit, the amount?
Well, that's a great question because there is actually a systematic way of going about building business credit. So give you an example, like you said, if you're a brand new startup business and you have absolutely no business credit whatsoever, you start off with what we call Tier 1 vendors. These are vendors that allow you to open up 30-day net accounts with them just based off you having a business. You know, as long as you have your business phone number, address, you're registered with your state, and a DUNS number, you can start building business credit. But, again, there's a systematic way of doing it, and that's how people get crossed up and confused. I mean, if you're a brand-new business, especially if you have poor personal credit and you think you're going to go and apply for a business Amex card, guess what? You're going to get denied. I mean, but if you go about it the correct way and build the business credit profile from the ground up so that it's strong, at that point, then you're able to start really establishing business credit. The DIY program that we offer, I mean, it walks you through step by step. I mean, you really have to be an idiot not to be able to build business credit using our software. It just makes sense to have business credit.
You can start establishing business credit in 60 to 90 days. So it's not a process that's going to take you years and years to build a successful credit profile, 3 to 6 months. You know, and that's what I love about GetBusinessCredit.net. It's like we're on a mission to educate you on top of helping you build your business credit. So when you're finished with us, working with us, you're going to be so educated just about your business finances and business credit. You'll be able to teach a class if you wanted to.
Right.
So,
and build it. And if you have a business, if you have multiple businesses, you can use that same process to build business credit for each one of your EIN numbers with your businesses.
Wow. Hey, Coach Scott, Coach Collins, you got something before we go?
No, I just think, man, this is awesome. This is just wonderful information, man. And,
it is.
You know, and for small black businesses, man, and businesses that are in our community, man, Mo, maybe we need to just put on a symposium, man, and because, man, that'd be great for our community, man.
Great conversation.
To have a great conversation and put on some kind of symposium in our community, man. So, man, shout out to both of you ladies, man, for all the great work, and congratulations on all the great work you're doing.
Thank you. And LaWanda and Miss Dorothy Hall, if people want to reach out to you ladies, how can they get in touch with you to get any questions or enroll in some of your seminars or classes? So you can give us a call at 314-475-3152, or just make it easy. Go to getbusinesscredit.net or leave your business where it's at.
That's pretty good.
That is so good. Murray Scott, man. Oh, my God. Murray Scott. Oh, my God. Once again,
no,
go ahead, Big
get
D.
that website out one more time.
Yeah, do that again, lady. What's the website? Oh, my God.
.net or leave your business where it's at. Raggedy business, right where it's at.
I know that's right.
Business credit.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all have been so informative. I can speak and talk to you ladies all freaking day. Murray Scott, once again, you outkicked your coverage, Playboy. These ladies are very, very important. That was just a great, I got a business, and just listening to you guys talk, ladies, it was just a treat. So thank you very much. And how can they get in contact with you again, ladies?
GetBusinessCredit.net. Or leave your business where it's at.
All right.
Brand that, you guys.
or give us a call again at 314-475-3152. We're in the office Monday through Friday. We work day and night. We want to thank all of our existing clients right now. We're doing a lot of seminars. We're doing Airbnb courses as well. So we're out.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. That was a great job. Great job. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Murray's got you. About to say something?
Before you let me go, Yeah, you see how I'm becoming very equal and equal opportunity employee with you.
No, but you throw us under the bus, Playboy.
Here you go.
You are becoming more equitable, though.
But he throw us under the bus when he do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me tell you, the only reason why I'm doing it is because DJ and JC say, I dominate the conversation with all these ladies, and he don't want that. There, okay. You really make us feel very, very welcoming in your conversations, man. So, man, that was a great conversation. Boy, that was awesome. That was one of the best. Maurice, that was so informative, man.
It was.
Because we got people who want to try to start businesses out here, just don't know how, and separating the personal and the business credit. I'm sitting up here listening like, wow, she's 100% right. You know, I'm like, yeah, dang, I see how I do it in my business. That was great. That was so freaking great.
It's a method to the madness behind all of it, and it's something that we in our community need to look at, and they need to hook up with these ladies because, especially Demetrius, even you. I mean, look what you're doing with Luther and some of the things you're doing with your foundation or whatever. Man, that's going to help you out a lot as well.
No doubt about it. Maurice Scott, once again, thank you, my man. We appreciate you. I'll kick your coverage. And congratulations to Coach Sunkett, man, over there in the Eastside Flyers. 200 win, man. The 200 win.
Absolutely.
200 wins. Oh, man, isn't that crazy?
Well, we'll be over in St. Louis to take on DeSmet. We're going to bring the show on the road next Friday night over in DeSmet. So,
I feel sorry for DeSmet. Oh, a running clock. Get ready. Running clock. Thanks, Mo Scott. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good Sunday.
It's all good. The big fella, Coach Collins, Big D, will be right back. And guess what? I'm coming with Eugene with Black College. The gentleman who's going to put the game on, who counseled it. Boy, this is going to be a great conversation. Right back.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You're not required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-2211. 800-885-2211. That's 800-885-2211.
Do you need resources for you and your family? Community of Hope is a nonprofit organization that serves both St. Louis City and St. Louis County residents, connecting you with the necessary resources for you and your family, not only to thrive, but succeed. We are now providing case management services through the Safer Rental Assistance Program, assisting with all federal and state assistance applications. Our PAC program services young moms. Contact us today to find out how we may assist you. CommunityofHopeSTL.org. Connect with us today.
St. Louis, get ready for a worship experience like no other. It's CeCe Winans, the Believe For It Tour. The best-selling female gospel artist of all time. Don't miss CeCe Winans, the Believe For It Tour. Don't miss it, St. Louis. Compassion International and Transparent Production present CeCe Winans, the Believe For It Tour, Friday, November 4th at Church of the Rock, St. Peter's. Tickets are on sale now. For more information, visit ccwinans.com.
St. Louis County Library will host the St. Louis Storytelling Festival from October 13th to 22nd. The festival is free and features nationally renowned storytellers Noah Baum, Trix Bruce, Nestor Gomez, Queen Nur, St. Louis's own Bobby Norfolk, and more. There are programs for all ages. Events take place at multiple venues, including library branches, the History Museum, the Jewish Community Center, and more. Get all the details at slcl.org/storytelling. That's slcl.org/storytelling.
The hot, beefy, cheesy McDonald's triple cheeseburger is now just $2.59.
So you better do your mouth stretches. It's piled high with 3 all-beef patties, topped with 2 slices of melty American cheese, and all served on 1 warm, toasty bun. It's truly a mouthful, but at just $2.59, the McDonald's triple cheeseburger won't stretch your budget. Just make sure to bring your appetite. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. McDonald's frozen drinks are not playing around when it comes to big, delicious flavor. So pull up at the drive-thru and get your sip on. Enjoy a refreshing frozen Coke, tasty frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or frozen Sprite Lemonade. Get any size for just $1.79. Or try any size, any flavor McCafe iced coffee for $2. Slide through at McDonald's and order a refreshing drink today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Good boy. Can someone help me get this gas pump out of my...
MetroPod to the rescue! Hey, St. Louis. It's MetroPod, offering first-month interest-free pod loans to all new customers and beating all interest rates in the city. MetroPod takes gold, diamonds, silver, watches, TVs, gaming systems, laptops, tools, lawn equipment, collectibles, and firearms. MetroPod has a huge selection of jewelry. We sell gold by the gram. No more overpriced mall jewelers. MetroPod also makes custom jewelry. Stop by and see Elton the Iceman and be seen with some bling. MetroPod, 8286 St. Charles Rock Road. Oh! Almost got hit by a goose. Pull us up at MetroPodSTL.com and check out the Google reviews. Each one of our customers matter to us. That's MetroPodSTL.com.
Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Find the car you want, new or used. Get it at Clement, get pre-approved. 6 locations, or log on. ClementAutoGroup.com.
Clement Auto Group presents things you probably don't know. Number 1, only Americans call this season fall. And number 2, Clement Auto Group offers a 30-year, 300,000-mile warranty on all new and most used vehicles.
Dad, since it's fall, my homework is to find an apples-to-apples comparison. Can you help?
Sure, son. For example, all our Clement pre-owned cars come with an apples-to-apples price match guarantee, which means if you find your vehicle advertised for less on another website within 30 days of your purchase at Clement Auto Group, we will credit you the difference in price.
That's a mouthful.
Visit one of our 6 Clement Auto Group locations today.
Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. ClementAutoGroup.com.
Live from the Brown and Crouppen studio, WFUN St. Louis, an Odyssey station. Download our app and take us everywhere you go. Check us out right now at Odyssey.com/963 The Lou.
What's the name of the hoe? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the show? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the hoe? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the show? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the hoe? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the show? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the hoe? Demetrius Johnson. What's the name of the show? Demetrius Johnson. 96.3 for the Lou. Do it for the kids and the youth. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. we giving you nothing but the news. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. It's Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. Got the scoop on all stats at SLU. And all the local high schools too. The home of the R's, the home of the cars, the home of the St. Louis Blues. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. It's Demetrius Johnson, the morning show. Demetrius Johnson, the morning show.
You went there with the big fella. I told you not to go there with the big fella. Oh, big fella, don't hurt him. The big fella just ate you up.
Welcome back to Demetrius Johnson Show, the big fella flying high with his compadre. He's got his boy, the coach, and he's got his other right-hand cat, Big D to the T, who keeps me going. So thank you, Big D. In the meantime, man, it's a gentleman I had an opportunity to have a nice lunch with. courtesy of one of my best friends in the world, Michael Cullen, who is also an attorney, and he's my guy. He's always looked out for me. He's been one of my attorneys for years. Let me bring in a conversation. This gentleman, folks, he is really interesting to talk to, and every time I talk about him, I said, man, this guy is a lot interesting to talk to when you have a conversation with him, and that's the mayor of St. Charles. Mayor, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Demetrius. I'm just happy as heck to be up at this hour of the day.
Hey, I was just telling everybody, now how do you pronounce your last name? I got it all jacked up, Mayor.
It's Borgmeyer, Borgmeyer. Borgmeyer.
So it's Borgmeyer. Borgmeyer. Okay.
But everybody calls me Mayor Dan.
What they call you?
Mayor Dan.
Okay, well, I'm going to call you Mayor Dan.
That's a lot easier, brother.
That's right. So, Mayor Dan, let's talk about being the mayor of St. Charles. First of all, tell everybody who you are, our listening audience who may not be familiar with Mayor Dan over in St. Charles.
Okay, Mayor of St. Charles, about 72,000 people. Born and raised out here. Grandpa used to be the U.S. Marshal, and my dad was involved civically. The whole family has been pretty much through the years. My son is also now. Like I said, born and raised out here. Went to Duchesne High School. Went on to college from there at several different ones. Really didn't make much of a difference at any of them. And just kind of plugged along. I had a marketing firm for next June will be 50 years. Started when I was 26 years old. We had clients like Barnes Jewish Christian, Emerson, Hotley Cheese, a lot of big St. Louis accounts. And then in 1995, we went automotive and started managing car dealers all over the United States. And that's kind of how we carried it and it went to. And then my son, when I became mayor, I couldn't have another opinion or another position because my position is full-time with the city. So my son bought the company for me in 2019.
Wow. And man, I had an interesting conversation with you through one of my best friends in the world, attorney Michael Cullen. Man, I love him. He's one of my best friends. And for him to feel that it was important for you and I to meet, it was great. And talk about your vision for St. Charles.
Well, actually, I looked at it from a marketing standpoint, and St. Charles's average age is over 50. We were pretty well landlocked by St. Peter's and O'Fallon, so it was pretty difficult. The town wasn't unhealthy. It was doing okay, but it was struggling in terms of future vision. So one of the things that I recognized was that we had a riverfront that was 5.5 miles long. All the buildings in the old days that faced in from the river instead of out toward the river. So I thought one of our best assets was the river and the water and the recreation that could go with it. So we brought in about 1 million yards of dirt, raised the riverfront, some places as much as 40 feet out of the floodplain. And now it's commercially developing property, and it's going very strong. We have about 2.2 billion, not million, 2.2 billion in development slated right now.
Wow. And when we was having lunch, you guys showed me a complex right there off of St. Charles. What's the name of that complex? And you guys are building onto that. Talk about that.
It's called River Point, but in River Point is Chicken and Pickle.
Okay.
And that's a new restaurant. Some young guy in Spain found some chicken he liked, came back to the United States in Kansas City. He was a pickleball player, so he decided to combine the two things into chicken and pickle. My cousin, who works for Populous in Kansas City, was one of the designers and architects of it. It's basically a big chicken restaurant with about 9 pickleball courts connected to it. Now, an average restaurant will serve somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 people a year. Chicken and Pickle does 700,000 people a year.
Wow.
Yeah, they got a staff of 250. They run the pickleball courts. They also have like bocce ball and some other things, but primarily it's pickleball, which is, I'm a senior, so that's we brought that on because the tennis court got too big. So rather than be bad tennis players, we shrunk the court and became good pickleball players.
Wow. And you know what? And they just did a story on LeBron James and someone else who's very involved in that pickle game, whatever they call it.
Pickleball, yeah.
Pickleball, yeah. They just, a lot of NFL guys, I think those guys bought some interest in the pickleball stuff. So that's very interesting.
the old football players don't have any knees anymore, so you got to find something you can play like that.
Hold on, man. I'm going to tell y'all his background, too. We speaking with the mayor of St. Charles, my man, Mayor. We call him Mayor Dan. That's what he's called in St. Charles. And this guy right here, the thing that I found interesting here, folks, is this. When I spoke with Mayor Dan, Mike Cullen told him about what we do over here in St. Louis. And we wanted to make a big announcement, and I'm excited that we'll be partnering with St. Charles, City of St. Charles, and we'll be delivering turkeys and doing things, Christmas stuff with families in St. Charles. Will be a part of the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation. And Mayor, I just want to say thank you. And why is that so important to partner with us and to do those things?
Well, I've got a soft spot in my heart for homeless people, and I've been working real hard on developing a rehab center. But a lot of these underprivileged folks, and we got them in St. Charles. I mean, a lot of people think we're an uppity neighborhood kind of. We do have, I think, the highest income in the entire metro area in St. Charles. But at the same time, we got a lot of people that need help, and we try to give it to them. Nobody suffers in St. Charles if we can help it. So when I saw your effort and Mike told me about it, I thought, you know what, this is something I want to be part of. So it was good meeting you at lunch the other day, and we got down and talked about it, and we're going to kick some turkeys in and make it happen out here in St. Charles.
And let me say this, guys, about Mayor Dan from St. Charles. He did not hesitate and said, hey, man, we want to do this for these community. We're going to raise money with you. We're going to do whatever we have to do to make these families better in our community. We have an underserved community also that we're trying to, build up. So everybody over here in St. Charles is not living living like kings and queens. There are folks who's struggling, and I want to make sure I be a part of changing lives. Man, that struck me big time, Mayor Dan.
Yeah, you bring a good mission to us, Demetrius, and I'm proud of you and pleased with what you do for the whole community, all of the whole St. Louis Gateway area. But the more we can expand it, the more cities we can tie in, the better we'll be. As a matter of fact, I belong to a group called the Metro Mayors. It's the mayor of every city in the Gateway that has more than 10,000 people. There's probably about 25 of us. I'll brag that the four biggest are St. Peter, St. Charles, O'Fallon, and Wentzville. But we meet every month and talk about things we can do in the community. We actually have a food drive at one time of the year. So next meeting, I'm going to introduce them to your program and see how many people like to participate in that around the Gateway area. Maybe we get another 10 or 15 cities in it.
Wow. I mean, we speak with Mayor Dan, with the mayor of St. Charles. Guys, I'm telling you, when I walked away from that meeting, I called Mike on his phone. I said, this guy, Mayor Dan, is one of the most unique mayors I ever met and really give a damn about people. And it ain't politics. And the way you was talking at that table, you said, it ain't politics. It's about me doing what I know is right. I don't want nobody stopping me from trying to make other people's lives better. And Mayor, I mean, that struck with me, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Actually, we got a lot of high-end development going on here, a lot of nice things coming in. And, something interesting, Demetrius, during the pandemic, in St. Charles, if I go to my Main Street Entertainment District, my allowable fire code number of people is about 3,089. During the pandemic, we didn't have masks and we didn't close. And some nights on Main Street, we had 8,000 and 9,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, and most of them came from North St. Louis, and a lot from the city. And a lot of people who thought St. Charles still had gravel roads and dirt streets all of a sudden saw St. Charles and thought, what, I ought to come out and do this again. So I will tell you that our St. Louis attendance, county and city, accounts for probably a good 35 or 40% of a lot of our restaurants and things like that in the evening. So it was a good eye-opener. While the pandemic was not good for anybody, it was really kind of good for us in terms of business and everything else. We didn't close businesses down. And like I said, you didn't have to wear a mask. Every mayor in the county agreed that should be something you decide to do for yourself if you want to. You want to wear a mask, wear one. If you don't. If you don't like going to a place that doesn't require a mask, then don't go there. Kind of like smoking places. If you don't like smoke, don't go to a place that allows smoking.
Man, that's why, hey, Mayor Dan, I'm a fan of yours, man. I wish I get the love in St. Louis, Mayor, that I get from you, man. The love, just the love that you gave me was unbelievable, man.
You're a great guy. I followed your career when you were younger, and I'm glad to see you're still out there battling for another cause, so it's great.
And let me say this to y'all about Mayor Dan, y'all, the mayor of St. Charles. The dude was a bodybuilder, and he still walk around like he a bodybuilder. You know, like JC, he was lifting 500,000 pounds, man, a bodybuilder, and still and work out every weekend.
Yeah, it was one of those phases I went through.
What'd you say, Coach?
Well, he still can play, Coach. Put him in the game.
I know, man. I mean, you should see him. I mean, I'm telling you, when I walked away from meeting you, Mayor Dan, I became a fan. I'm telling you, I'm like, man, this dude gets it. He gets it. Ain't the politics stopping him. I mean, hell, my building in St. Louis trying to do stuff with our mayor, people down there sometimes be a nightmare. When you see people trying to do the right thing, why not support them, man? My life is pretty good. I don't have to do anything for anybody in the city and the kids if I don't want to. But I love it because my mother instilled that in me. Only thing we ask our mayors over here is to help us. You know what I'm saying? The politics stop us from doing stuff over here that they help the community. And I sit down with the mayor of St. Charles, folks, who has nothing to do with the mayor of the city of St. Louis. Say, hey, man, I'm on board. Let's go.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, man, that means a lot to me, man. Means a lot, man. So I want to thank you very much, Mayor Dan, the mayor of City of St. Charles, man. I am looking forward to a great opportunity and doing things with a Thanksgiving and Christmas event. I just want to say thank you, man.
Thank you, Demetrius. We'll get hooked up. We'll get it done, buddy. We'll have turkeys all over the place.
I know that's right. That's my man, Mayor. Thank you. And have a nice walk this morning, Mayor.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, my man. That's my man, Mayor Dan Borgmeyer from St. Charles, y'all. He just made a big announcement. The Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation, we're going west. We're going over to St. Charles, baby. They're going to be working with them and AJC. And he was just like, hey, man, what you need? Let's go. I'm in. He said, and I want to thank Mike Cullen, man. Michael Cullen, the city lawyer over there. He's my boy, one of my best friends. Thank you, Mike, for making that intro.
Well, DJ, it just continues to, our platform of, we everywhere, man. We try to work and try to provide for the underserved everywhere, man. And and St. Charles, that community is no different. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
That community is no different. It's people that are in need in that community, there are poor people in that community, and there are deserving families in that community that deserve an opportunity to have a great holiday and a great Thanksgiving during the holidays, man. And
he was so cool to have a comment. This dude is cool, man. He's a different dude, man. He ain't one of no more political kind of cats. Hey, man, this how it's going to be. Let's roll. I mean, you should have heard how he would say, man, let's roll. He's like, DJ, we on. Let's go. We got families over here who need help, too. We going to buy turkeys with you. We're going to do whatever we need to do. Let's go.
And it's on relationships, DJ. You don't have to do a whole lot of, we'll call this person. I'm going to let you meet with my people. And, he came and met with you. You ain't got to call. Here's the person you contact if you need something. Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man. We've been in this city, I don't know how, serving in this city, in St. Louis City, I don't know how long. I'm just saying what it is.
No doubt. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I mean, for him to just embrace us like that, hey, man, I know your work. I know what you do. Oh, yeah, we on board. And these people in the city know what we do. I can't get nothing from them. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be a freaking ashamed of themselves. That's why next Sunday, you're going to listen up in the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to have that whole hour dedicated to a debate. Jack Coder and Megan Green, who's vying for the president of the Board of Aldermen, will be live and doing a debate on our show. So, guys, I'll let you on my Facebook if you want to send over some questions or something you may try to get in. I will try to do that. But think about that, man. Let's go. Hey, we got our boy on? Oh, let's go to our next guest. This is a good one here, y'all. We rolling today. Let me bring in the conversation the gentleman who was going to put on the game today, the classic, the football classic, and had to be canceled. And I have an opportunity to talk with him and meet with him, and I find it very interesting. But I want him to tell his story because there's so many things that's been put out here about him, and we know what they do to us. we know how they, just blacklist us and just tell a story without letting us tell our story. Unfortunately, folks, and fortunately, you got us on the air, so we tell the story. Let me bring in my man, Eugene. Eugene, how you doing, man?
How you doing, DJ? Just great. I'm doing great, brother.
I'm good. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to talk to us about it. Now, Eugene, tell everybody who you are and let's talk about what you're the gentleman who was going to bring in the classic, and let's talk about it. Just talk about it. What's going on?
Yes, my name is Eugene Gilbert. I'm the producer, promoter for the St. Louis River City HBCU Football Classic. I am also the creative producer of the Black College Football Classic Series brand. We actually have 4 football classics this year in St. Louis, which is very important to us. It was our first major classic. Unfortunately, we had to cancel St. Louis and move it to the campus of UAPB. But I just want to tell my story because there's a big picture here, and the great people of the Lou, St. Louis, deserve to know the truth. And I'm looking forward to my day in court. So you can ask me whatever you want to, DJ.
Okay, so everybody, I'm watching the news. We're talking with Dan Eugene Gilbert with the we call it the St. Louis Classic football game that was going to be held today. Now, we hearing the rumors and the stories and the news interviews, and everybody's saying, hey, he can pay his bill. That's why we canceled it, because he can't pay his bill. Let's talk about that.
Well, I want to say, first of all, they did not want the game to happen. We forced them to do this game, and I'm going to talk about that later. But what you got to understand about the event business is ticket selling is the lifeblood of the business. We base everything on ticket sales. And the problem is this: the person who negotiated the agreement put performance clauses in the contract. We paid the bills that it took. We paid over $20,000 just to have the right to produce the classic, promote the classic at the Dome. But within the agreement, they put 2 payments based on performance, meaning we could either pay it or take it out of ticket sales. So we had a payment due the balance of rent on September the 30th, I believe, and the balance was maybe $20,000, $25,000. Although we were not selling tickets, they manipulated the ticket selling process. We did have enough money in what we call the box office that paid for the balance of the rent. Okay? The next payment was due was October the 10th to the 14th, and it was for the staffing. These are all the people who work at the Dome. Rarely do you see a facility make you pay for staffing in advance. You don't see that. It's paid after the event takes place. But we have been working on this for 2 years, trying to make it happen. So they put a $110,000 payment for staffing October the 10th, which we had until October the 13th, 5 p.m. to pay. Now, they manipulated the ticketing process, and I'm going to prove that. They wouldn't allow us to sell tickets. They wouldn't allow us to do promotions. Ticketmaster, their on-site ticket person, along with the Key Dome personnel who we signed the agreement with, controls all the processes, the space, and the ticketing. So we're looking at the fact that we've been selling tickets since, I want to say, early August, and we never reached over 2,000 ticket sales. We never reached over $100,000 in the box office.
Time out. Hold up.
Yes.
You're saying,
wow,
you never reached over 2,000 ticket sales?
We hit 2,000 tickets. I want to say we hit 2,000 tickets Wednesday. But we never reached over $100,000 in the box office, which is unheard of. I have classics in small cities, and we hit over $100,000 no tomorrow. We were anticipating at the point where I canceled the game, which was Wednesday, we should have been over $500,000, $600,000, which would have paid for the entire game. But let me go back to the point. So the $110,000 was due. They took the balance of the money of the $77,000 that we had. This is total ticket sales, guys, unheard of. And say, well, you don't have to pay $110,000. Pay us $98,000. We don't have $100,000 in the box office. This game is going to cost $500,000 easy to do. I got a decision to make. Do I pay the $98,000? We know that they're impeding the ticket process. We know that they're manipulating the numbers. We know that they're not giving us reports so that we can audit ourselves to know where we are. I had a decision to make. Pay $98,000. Both schools are going to come to the city, and we're going to lose our dirty draws. It's going to be a bloody bloodbath because they're not allowing us to sell tickets, unheard of. So I made the decision, along with UAPB, that it would be better to play this game in Pine Bluff. Who would move forward with a game where you have 2,000 or less tickets sold? You only have $77,000 in the box office. The same Key Dome personnel that put the agreement together, put these performance clauses in there, which we agreed to, never should have been a big deal. But he controlled ticket sales. He controlled the ticket selling process, the lifeblood of the event. And he didn't want the event to happen, plain and simple. So we made the decision to cancel it.
Okay, so you say he didn't want the event to happen. So why did you how do you know he didn't want the event to happen?
Well, I'll go back. We've been working on this for over 2 years. 2 years, okay? And at this point, coming out of COVID, we've seen an opportunity to do the game. And we requested the venue, and they told us no. No. We said we could do the game on a Sunday. You have Bands of America in there on Friday and Saturday. That's a marching band group. They had 70% of the football field down. Why can't we play the game? They told us no. We don't think we can have enough personnel. No. We don't want to do it. No. But I made them do it because the Dome is a public facility, and therein lies the problem. There are people, when you tell them what they're going to do, when you force them to do it, the feathers get rougher, and they come after you. They said, okay, we'll lease the Dome to you. Pay us $184,000 up front, literally up front to do the game. Unheard of. I've leased the Superdome, the Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Liberty Bowl. I've leased 30 different venues like this, and Edward Jones too. I said, no, guys, that's not best in class. They gave me a bill for $184. I said, wait a minute. You can't charge me no $184 without supporting detail. What about staffing? How many people we're going to have? How many police? Oh. Then we forced them to give us a deal best in class. So the rent was $45,000 and $110,000 in staffing expenses.
Hey, Eugene.
Again. Yes.
You hold that thought. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, y'all. We talking to Eugene Gilbert. He is the founder of the St. Louis football game that was going to be happening with Pine Bluff and those guys is today. And it was canceled. But the word is out, and all the stuff I'm seeing on TV, they trying to say he was derelict in paying his bill. He didn't have his money, and he wanted to set the record straight. Stay locked, man. Oh, my God. Stay locked in, man. Unbelievable conversation. And he going to talk about how they kind of messed up on the tickets when they was doing 2-for-1s and all kind of stuff. The big fella, Coach, and my man Big D. We'll be right back.
The new 96.